Hello, fellow Lincolnites. It is such a pleasure to be with you on today. My name is Pastor Ron Young, and I am a family member of yours, virtue of Lincoln University in Jeff City, Missouri, one of the most fantastic institutions for higher education that you can find. And it is a HBCU, and you and I are proud to be products of Lincoln University. So as you are celebrating, and we are celebrating with you in this alumni time, we just want you to reflect on a few things as we just celebrate this moment in Lincoln history and your alumni chapter, and just for the rest of your days as we encourage others to be a part of our Lincoln Tigers family. So when we think about today's theme of shaping Lincoln University's legacy, what that means is what Lincoln produces after graduation, or those who have attended and now gone on to do great things, and they are a part of this illustrious institution. It says, how are we giving back to this community? How are we giving back to this world? And what are those things that Lincoln University put on the inside of us, from our experiences to the friendships that we have made? And how do we pass that legacy along of being proud Lincoln Tigers? I tell you one thing, Lincoln has shaped me personally in a lot of ways. And I know many of you, since you are watching this, it has shaped you in magnificent ways as well. And we have a responsibility to continue to share that. Some of us have gone to be pastors and doctors and lawyers and teachers and working in every field of human endeavor. There are those of us who are proud members of this Lincoln Alumni Association, as well as just a part of the Lincoln family. And we all have had different experiences, and we all have been shaped in different ways, but we get to pass down the legacy of Lincoln University to our family, to our friends, and those young people who are coming up to be students seeking higher education. I tell you this, what our founders did back in 1866 was just absolutely phenomenal in the founding of our school. And we should remember those things and take those things to heart, and remember in a time where education was not allotted to those of us who are of color. Look at what Lincoln has produced since that time has passed. People like you who have gone to do great things, and you're on your way to do even further expansion in your life and share those moments with others. And you get to tell people, I went to Lincoln University. The Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. Listen, there is so much that I can say, and I know that Lincoln has shaped you in an awesome way, as it did with myself. Listen, I'll tell you this. I had no clue when I was coming out of East St. Louis. That's where I'm from. And going to Lincoln University, not knowing many people, I never will forget the very first time I put foot on campus in 1999. And when I got there, I met a young lady by the name of Andrea. She was from Kankakee, and Keisha, she was from Chicago. And they welcomed me and made me feel like I was coming into not just a place of higher education, but a family. And a family of black leaders ready to emerge to do something magnificent in this world and with our lives, and to go past the status quo. And it was those two that introduced me to this Lincoln family. I never will forget seeing our first Greek party as they were welcoming new students in that August of 1999. I saw the Sigma stepping. I saw the Alpha stepping, and all of these fantastic sororities and fraternities, from AKA to Delta to Sigma Gamma Rho to Zeta. I saw the Qs out there, but of course there was one that influenced my life. That's right. One of the ways that Lincoln U has shaped me is I am a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Mu chapter of Lincoln University, fall 2000. Listen, I made lifelong friendships there. And part of those friendships are the reason why I'm speaking to you today and celebrating this great moment. And there you are across the country celebrating what Lincoln has done for you, and we get to share in this together, because no matter if you're on the West Coast, the Midwest, down South, or on the East Coast, the one thing that brings us all together is that blue tiger stripe. Man, I tell you, some of the late nights that you shared studying, meeting new friends and those friends becoming family, engaging with faculty and staff, and realizing that you are a part of something great. And even in this celebration, we know that there are some young people who are coming behind us. And we also know that everyone won't choose Lincoln, and that's okay. However, as we encourage Lincoln, we also encourage the thought, the concept, and the principle and point of why HBCUs were established. So even if someone declines this fantastic offer, we still should promote our culture. We still should promote what HBCUs mean in the United States of America, and for those who are black, whether you're a man or a woman. And we're growing, and we're going to do something different by implementing ourselves into historically black colleges and universities. Listen, I spent 4 wonderful years at Lincoln U. I had some ups, I had some downs, but that's just a part of it. I even dropped classes. But you know what? Those relationships are lifelong. And after I experienced this 4-year extravaganza at Lincoln U, I even went on to Alabama A&M, another HBCU. And it was after Alabama A&M, then I went on to graduate school to get my master's in divinity. But you know what? All of my education, all of that growth, you know where it started? That's right. It started right there in Jeff City. Walking up and down those hills, and in a day in my era, all we had was 3 dorms, Dawson, Martin, and Perry. And now look at what Lincoln has done. Lincoln has just grown in massive ways. They have new dormitories. They're expanding all over the place. It is a beautiful campus. And just as Lincoln has grown, you and I, we have a responsibility to grow too. And you are growing, and you have grown. And we want to let others know that as Lincoln grows, you, the students and the association that serve as the alumni chapters, we grow too. Lincoln isn't stagnant. Why should we be stagnant? And that's how we keep passing down and shaping and reshaping generation after generation the power of Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. This is our time, and this is our moment. And it's associations like you to help make this dream come true for many boys and girls, young adults going into college, to find themselves in a historically black college, proud to be alumni members. So listen, it's also our responsibility to serve. I know you go, I've been working hard my whole life now since I've been out of school, but it doesn't stop now, right? We have to give back in tangible and give back in non-tangible ways. Lincoln needs you. Remember how Lincoln has shaped you? Remember what relationships were built that we just talked about? Remember going to the financial aid office, barely having enough money to get by, but somebody showed grace enough to you until you were able to come up with what you needed. I tell you, there is no place like Lincoln U. There's no place like a HBCU who cares for our own people the way that they do. And as we do that, we must remember those times, because when we do, it reminds us that we got to give back, because there are people, there's a generation coming behind us that need that kind of support. That support comes by way of dues being paid, of giving financial and fiduciary responsibility from your pocket to the universities so that it can go on to do good and great things. Listen, Lincoln U is not a second-class university. It is bar none, par excellence, one of the best learning educational institutions in America. It's not second class to a PWI. It's Lincoln U. And you are a part of it. And we all have stories. And we've all shared in something that wasn't just magical. It was a blessing. It was a blessing to go to class. It was a blessing to go to the student union and eat the calf food. It was a blessing when homecoming came around and you saw how everybody galvanized together, and then we go to Richardson Auditorium and watch step shows. It was a blessing to be able to walk up and down those hills from summer to winter. It was a blessing to travel to Kansas City and St. Louis and Chicago with your friends and people that you met. It was a pleasure and a blessing to be a part of fantastic organizations that helped us to learn how to be leaders. All of that was shaped in us by Lincoln U. So listen, as we celebrate on this day, I want you to take heart and keep praying for our school. Keep praying for those who are there. And let us remember the greatness is forever being spawned in the minds and in the hearts of those students. And when they see people like you and I giving back, speaking highly of our institution, our alma mater, the place where we grew to be who we are, we too then will have others with anticipation and excitement running to be a part of this Lincoln University family. So as you continue to celebrate, let's just keep this in mind, that we are only just beginning. Till the next time, have a great LU celebration.